in terms of possible purchases, now I mentioned I said was signing a big impact on basically how your title defense, how it hasn't gone, you might say. For me, a massive area is your defense itself. Company leaving, Laporte being injured, John Stones and Otamendi being trash, Fernandinho having to play in defense, which I think in effect then affects your midfield. How it is for you, would that be the key position that you need to strengthen in the summer? And how many defenders do you need? And I'm talking probably across the back line.
Well, this is the thing. We kind of didn't expect, I think from what I gather from the club, they didn't expect Company to leave straight away because it was a shock to Pep and that he left this season. I think they thought he was going to leave the end of this season, not last season. So I think Company leaving affected us quite badly. And I think most of that is actually his off-field antics, because he was a big leader for our club. And I think in terms of a title race, there's been a few where we've not looked like we're going to win the league, and then we've gone on and won it. And I think them sort of title races, Company's probably been the person spurring everyone on, So I think we didn't have that this season. We didn't have him on the pitch this season, which obviously weakens us. We never expected Laporte to go out so early as well. I think it's definitely made, a difference to our results. People can say all they want that we would have lost or we wouldn't have won the league anyway. But I honestly think if we had Laporte, we're not going to lose.
Well, every action has a reaction. So Laporte, if Laporte's fit, you don't maybe lose X amount of games. On Liverpool a bit earlier, they may drop a point where, because you lost, 2 games in a row or draw, that kind of stuff. So every action definitely has a reaction. We don't know what would happen, but having a player is always going to be better than not having a player of his quality.
Well, it's kind of like if the opposite happened, if Van Dijk got injured and they lost 4 or 5 games, this title race would be completely different, And I think with Laporte, I think their fans specifically underestimate how good he is and what effect he has for our squad. You know what I mean? So I think, don't get me wrong, we have a squad that should be able to win the games that we lost. I think there's quite a few games that we lost. 100%. But I think with Laporte there, would we have lost that? I'm not 100% sure. So I think it did affect us. And obviously we didn't replace Company, partly because we put all our eggs in one basket, and that happened to be Maguire, unfortunately. And obviously we didn't want to pay the 80 million, which I don't blame the club for, because
you should have paid it. You should have paid it.
I don't know. But maybe if we had, then it would have been a different story, maybe. I don't know. But City weren't willing to pay that, and I don't blame them for not paying that. But obviously, we should have had someone else. I think we should have had a backup, and I think
you can't go to a transfer. You can't go to a transfer market and just like, this is the player I want. If we don't get him, I don't want anyone. Because for example, when Liverpool signed Van Dijk, they tried to get him in the summer. They didn't get him. But it's not like Van Dijk went somewhere else. He was still like, all right, cool. We'll try again in January. Maguire was gone. So it wasn't like, okay, we'll try again in January. You had to have another. It didn't make any sense to me. And then for me, as a Man United fan, cool, I don't care about City in that way. But it's like the Laporte injury is something like serves you right. Because you went into the thinking, we wanted Maguire.
It's always risky,
We're not gonna get. This is our target, and that's it. We're gonna get him, or if we don't get him, whatever, we'll go. And maybe Karma slapped you and said, "No, that's not how football works. You need a strong squad." I mean, it ain't like Liverpool yet, because they just got like 12 players, and they seem to be getting through, 2 seasons back to back. It seems like them in it. It seems like, I don't know how they're doing it, but big up their doctors, isn't it?
Yeah,
they're supplying them. But yeah, I think it was like that was a kind of a serve you right. Like you've gone into the season with 3 centre backs. One is Otamendi, the other is John Stones. Between them, they're probably worth 1 centre back. Listen, I'm being as respectful as I can be to Man City players and poor Man City players like that. Like if you're quality, I can't say that, innit? Fernandinho, quality, De Bruyne, Aguero, Silva, I can't say that.
Yeah.
If you're crap and you're a Man City player, I'm gonna go lay into you, innit? Because it just gives me a bit more leeway. And John Stones ain't a good defender. Otamendi is a terrible defender, and that's why they don't play together. Like so it's one plus someone else. The fact that you have Fernandinho at centre back, Otamendi and Stones, they must be thinking, how bad am I? That this bloody 5 foot.
Well, unfortunately, I don't think that's what they're thinking. That's the problem. Do you know what I mean? I think, to be honest, like a lot of the fans kind of got on Pep's case a little bit about that because a lot of people feel he has like a little bit of arrogance in a way where he just thinks it's going to work. You know, I'm going to do it. So when Company left, all the fans were like, we need a replacement. We need a replacement. And I think Pep was kind of like, well, I've got Laporte, I've got John Stones, I've got Otamendi. And it's like the fans were like, no, we need someone. And he was like, no, we're cool. And then it's kind of like you say, it kind of serves him right that Laporte got injured because it hit him. And I think he thought, oh, shit. But with him, what he wouldn't then do is go and buy someone, you know, and look like he's panic buying someone, you know. Plus, they would have put the prices sky high. There wasn't really anyone available in January anyway. So I think he just thought, we'll see what happens, you know. And to be fair, if the season had gone ahead and he'd have managed to win the Champions League or, you know, the FA Cup, then he's not had too bad a season. Do you know what I mean? So, you know, he would then be able to say, well, I was right. You know, we got through it. So I don't know. But I think definitely we probably need 2 simply because I think Otamendi and John Stones, for me, on their own, okay. They have good and bad games, you know. But together, for some reason, them 2 are like the worst. Like Norwich away is enough to explain them 2 together. I just don't understand why they're so terrible.
Did they both play against Wolves?
Yeah.
We lost at home.
I don't know. But most of the games, we didn't lose the game with Laporte. Like, we didn't lose like that. It was, I don't think so. Anyway, yeah, it is always John Stones and Otamendi together, or John Stones and Fernandinho, or Otamendi and Fernandinho. Either way. Obviously, Fernandinho was the best, you know, defender outside of Laporte, which is
a disgrace.
Like you say, shouldn't be the case, you know. But, you know, I think with Otamendi, I can't see Otamendi staying a lot longer at City. I don't know about John. I don't know because I think Pep likes him.
No, I think John Stones will stay.
Yeah, and with him being English.
He's English as well,
yeah. I think with John Stones, like, he just needs to... I don't know if it's form, because I think, like, with our squad, because it's so, like, he comes in 1 week, then he doesn't play. And I think, like I always say, with the back 2, like the back 2 centre-backs, you need a leader. So we always had Company. And if you watch games where Company played, you can see his arms are always up, here, you know, arranging everyone. Fernandinho is also a leader. Yeah. So when he plays, you can see his arm get back, go forward. Like, you can see him directing the back line. And I just think when it's Otamendi and John, I don't think either of them are a leader. And I think that's the problem. You don't really see John Stone saying, do this, do that, get here, get there. You don't see it. And Otamendi, again, you don't really see it. So they kind of need someone else that's going to lead them. So I think that's where the issue is. You know, I think they either need to kind of, I don't know how to. I don't know if you can learn that or whether they can't.
No, not at this age. Like, you're a leader or you're not, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Grow into it, but you have to have the natural.
Yeah. Well, we thought when John Stones came, he'd be like a captain one day, but he just doesn't look like a leader, and I don't know. Like,
no, I agree.
For me,
so other than defense, is there any other area that you're looking at that needs to be strengthened going into the next?
we're gonna lose David. So
Silva.
David Silva, yeah. So it's whether
I'm not on first name terms with them. Sorry.
Yeah, so it's whether Pep's gonna trust Foden or whether he's gonna try and get someone in. I don't know. I think it'd be a little bit unfair on Foden to bring someone else in that comes in ahead of him. Do you know what I mean? So I think maybe give him a chance. I don't know. Because we do have other people. It's not just him. We've got Bernardo Silva as well, you know. So I don't think I would. I don't know. I think we'd have to replace Sane. If we're going to get rid of Sane, we need to kind of replace him. We have got Mahrez. We have got Sterling.
Well, Mahrez had a good season, isn't it?
Huh?
Mahrez has had a good season.
Yeah. Mahrez he's one of our best players this season, to be honest.
But Bernardo hasn't been as good as he was last year.
It's kind of swapped. Him and Mahrez are the opposite.
Sterling ain't been great. Yeah. They've been all right, but you're comparing to their 100 points, 98 points in it. Yeah. So it's hard to, not to toot Fergie's horn, but it just shows how hard it is to actually win it 3 times in a row, which Fergie did twice. But anyway, yeah. So cool. Finally,
I don't think our focus was the Premier League this year, though, to be honest.
Well, I mean, it turned off it because it was going bad. You can't tell me you didn't go into the season wanting to win 3 in a row. Of course you did.
Oh, yeah. Well, we would have, but I do think the players were very much Champions League. And it's shown in the results. Like, you can see literally City in the Champions League looking great, and then 3 days later in the Prem, going and losing to Norwich. Like, you could see where, the players, I don't know.